Hello, guys, and welcome to this live stream event. I'm really happy to see all you guys here. This is like the fifth live event I've ever done before. So, yeah, it's really challenging for me because I've only done five of these, but hopefully it'll be better than the last ones I've actually done. So, first of all, a massive welcome to everybody. Thank you so much for coming along to this pre event of the Apple California surfing streaming. I said surfing, I even got it wrong. Streaming event. So, surfing, California surfing, that's what's in my mind, but it's California streaming. That's what it is. But yeah, a big, massive welcome to one and all. I'd love to know in the comments below, or in the comments on the side here, put in the chat where you guys are from at the moment and what time is it in which country that you are right now. If you can't tell by my accent, I live in the UK, and right now it is 5:30 p.m. or 17:30, and the actual event in my country starts at 6 p.m. I know that on the East Coast in America it starts at 10 a.m. But yeah, let me know in the comments, basically where you guys are from, and say a big, massive hello. So in this pre-event, before the actual live event, we've got a few bits and pieces to talk through, and also at the same time as well, I'm going to try and answer some of your guys' questions, okay, if I can. What I will say is that if you guys do ask any questions, I can't answer every single question. And especially if I'm waffling on an answer and you're putting it in, then basically, yeah, I might not be able to answer straight away. But the best thing to do for that is do a super chat. If you do a super chat, I promise any super chats that I put in here, I will definitely answer any questions or any queries that you put in them. So yeah, make sure you use the super chat option if you definitely want your question to be answered. So, yeah. So, like I said, we are here for the California streaming event, and I am dead excited for this event. This is like, let's be honest, this is like Apple's biggest event of the year, in my opinion. This is the one where we're going to see the iPhones, or specifically the iPhone 13 models. But also at the same time as well, we're looking to see some new Apple Watches, or just a new Apple Watch, and there's a possibility as well of some AirPods, and you never know, we may see one or two other products as well. So let me just have a quick look at the chat, see where you guys are all from. We've got some guys here from Kenya, some India, got some guys here from New York and Nepal, North Carolina. It's 12:30 there. That's from Cat Lover. Let's have a look. We've got Giri in Belgium, and it's 18:32. We've got Neil Gandy in Manchester, the UK. Oh, you're only up the road from me. I live in Staffordshire, Neil Gandy, so I'm not that far away from you, actually. So if anybody here lives in the UK or from England, you'll know where Staffordshire is, hopefully. But yeah, massive, big welcome to you guys. Lots of other countries, Netherlands, Saudi Arabia, USA, Boston. So yeah, big hello to everyone. I can't go for every single country that's coming up or every sort of state that's coming up right now. But yeah, I'm really excited for this event coming up. Now, I'm just going to quickly put out there straight away what I cannot do in this event is something called a picture in picture. So basically, what I mean by this is that I cannot put the actual stream on and have me in a little box down the corner somewhere talking during the event. The main reason is Apple will shut me down. Now, I know some YouTubers out there get special permission to do that, but for me, they won't allow that. So what I've done is I'm actually going to be putting in here into the chat a link for where you can actually open up the stream right now if you wanted to. But best thing to do is open up the stream and keep this tab open at the same time. And also at the same time as that, if you don't have if you're not on a laptop or a MacBook or anything like that right now, get another device, keep the stream open because we want to join in the party here and watch the event at the same time. So that's the best thing I'd recommend doing. We've already got a super chat come in. Let's have a look who that's from. It's from Dusty Cinder. And Dusty Cinder says, what product are you most excited for? Or what product am I most excited for? It'll be the new AirTags. No, it's not. It's not the AirTags. I think it's probably what most people here, if you look at the poll, most people here what I did a poll earlier, set it up, said that 79% of people are most looking forward to the new iPhones. And that is, I'll probably say, the main reason why most of us are here. We want to see the iPhone 13. So, yeah, I'm most excited about the iPhone 13, definitely. I'm excited about all the models from the Mini, because I'm sure there's going to be 4 models again this year, the 13 Mini, all the way up to the 13 Pro Max. Most likely, I've said this already in a lot of my other videos, the actual design is going to be very, very similar. This is what leaks and rumors have been showing us and reports have been showing us, that it's probably going to be looking like most of the kind of iPhone 12 design that we have right now in the lineup. There are going to be some changes. Some of the leaks that have come through have actually said that the iPhone 12 or 13 models might be ever so slightly thicker in size. And the main reason behind this is to accommodate bigger batteries. Oh, bigger battery, guys. I don't know about you, but to be honest, that is one feature alone what I think just, qualifies to buy a brand new iPhone 13. Bigger batteries. So I'm not expecting 5,000 milliamps like what you get like in the Galaxy S21 Ultra, for example, but bigger than what you've got in the iPhone 12. But having said that, though, in the iPhone Pro, 13 Pro and the 13 Pro Max, it sounds like that we'll be getting a 120 hertz refresh rate at last in an iPhone. Lots of our Android cousins have had this for the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 years, haven't they? So finally, we're going to get it in the iPhone. So it might suck up a bit of that extra battery juice. We'll have to find out and see what Apple are doing. We've got the new A15 chipset inside it, and expecting that to be more efficient as well. So that might help with that 120 hertz panel along with that. So yeah, I'm most excited about the iPhone 13s, definitely. And so yeah, big thank you, Dusty Cinder, for your question there. So, like I said, guys, if you guys have got any other questions, I'll try my best to answer them on here. Let's have a look here. I've got a question here. Will LiDAR be on the standard models? I'm going to probably say it's going to be a no. I don't think we're quite there yet. What you've got to remember, guys, is, for example, who here, tell me now in the chat, or you might still own one, who had an iPhone 7 Plus? So do you remember this? We had the iPhone 6, the 6S, the 7, and the 8, and they all look the same. Who got a 7 Plus? Because the 7 Plus was unique for one big special reason. It had a dual camera on it. Now, if you know anything about this, when we got to the iPhone 8, then we still had a single camera inside the standard iPhone 8. Yes, the 8 Plus had a dual camera, the iPhone 10 had a dual camera, but the basic model didn't have it. Then, also moving on from that, when we got to the next year after that, when we had the 10S and we also had the 10R. The 10R still only had a single camera. It wasn't until we got to the iPhone 11 that the basic model got a dual camera. So for that LiDAR question there, I don't think we'll get it just yet. Maybe next year there's a possibility that all of them might have it, or the year after. But for now, I'm quite sure it'll just be the Pro models. And just to answer another question just there, I think the camera setup on the back, the amount of cameras is going to be the same. So we'll still get 3 cameras on the Pro Max, and only 2 on the actual 13 and the 13 Mini. Let's have a look what else we've got here. We've got some people giving some bits of money here. So big thank you to Steph Grist. If you've got a question, Steph Grist, let me know. I'd love to answer it. Let's see what everyone here else the people here. Jimmy here says he had an iPhone 7 Plus. I didn't actually have a 7 Plus. I had an iPhone 6, and then my next iPhone was an iPhone 10, or the X, whatever you want to call it. I've been told the correct pronunciation is an iPhone 10. It's Roman numerals, the X is. So, what else are we going to talk about today? So one thing I do just want to quickly talk about in this video before we continue on any further is I want to say a massive thank you for everybody coming along to the stream event. And I also want to thank everybody that this channel just got over 242,000 subscribers. I'm laughing there because it's absolutely phenomenal. And if you've been following my channel, you know, guys, that right now I am doing a giveaway. And in fact, I've got it here actually. I'm doing a giveaway right now for this. It is for an iPad Pro. And I'm going to be giving this to one lucky subscriber when we get over 260,000 18,000 subscribers. So to be honest, what's that? 18,000 subscribers, can't say it, to go. And when we get over that, I'm going to be giving this away to one lucky subscriber. So if you're not a subscriber yet, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Hit that notification bell, because when we get over 260,000 subscribers, I'm going to be giving this away to one lucky person on the channel. So yeah, make sure you do that. And all I want to know from you guys is put down in this chat and in my upcoming videos, what Apple tech are you planning to buy in 2021, or even just normal tech? If you're going to buy Android phones, buy Android phones. Let me know. Or if you're going to buy like a brand new TV, let me know. But like I said, when we get over 260,000 subscribers, I'll be revealing who the lucky winner is of this brand new iPad Pro, and it's an 8GB model. I'm just checking it on the back. And it's also got 256GB of storage inside. So yeah, cool stuff. Steph Grist, thank you so much again. You've asked me a question as well. What colors do you think the iPhone 13 models will be, or models are? So I'll be honest with you, there's not been much news about the normal 13 mini and the 13, but the Pro models, it looks like we're going to be getting this kind of new kind of bronze color, not a gold color, it's bronze. I'm going to say that. So we've had rose gold before on the iPhones, but there's going to be a gold color that's coming out. And I think I have it on one of my videos at the moment of what that looks like a concept of that. And it does look really, really, really cool. So do after this whole thing here, check it out. But yeah, hopefully, well, you might see it revealed actually, but there's going to be this kind of new bronze gold color. Also, if you've seen the Galaxy S21 Ultra models, you will know that there's this matte black what's come out. It looks really, really gorgeous on the S21 Ultra. And it's said that that kind of matte black look is coming to the iPhone 13 Pro models. And then finally, the last color that's also been revealed is there's possibly going to be kind of like a powdered kind of pink for the Pro models as well. Now, one thing I will say what I'm a little bit sad about to reveal is, for example, I own one of these. I own an iPhone 12 Pro Max, and it's in the blue color. I can't remember what the blue shade's called now. Can someone help me? Tell me in the chat what the blue is again, because I can't remember. It's gone now. Deep blue? No, it's not called that. Is it Pacific blue? I think it's Pacific blue, isn't it? So I've got it in that color. Now, there's a rumor going around that that color might actually disappear again this year. It's pretty sad, but to be honest, it seems like something what Apple are doing now. They're bringing out like a special color per year. So if you had an iPhone 11 Pro models, so put your hands up in the air, guys. If you had an iPhone 11 Pro model, you know that you can buy yourself a midnight green option. And that midnight green option only came out on the iPhone 11 Pro models. When we got over to the 12 Pro, basically, and the 12 Pro Max, it went. We got this blue instead of specific blue. It replaced it. So there's a possibility that the matte black, the gold, or the bronze, or the pink could replace that blue. So I don't know on that one. But like I said, for the normal mini and for the normal iPhone 13, there hasn't been much come up really about the actual the actual colors with that. So I'm probably expecting the colors to be very similar to what we have right now with the iPhone 12. In fact, the colors are very similar to what we got with the iPhone 11. So yeah, probably going to be the same. We've got another question what's come in here. It's from Swan and Gadlick. He says, I'll probably try to buy an iPhone 13 Pro. Try to, because pricing in India and rubles makes it costly. Oh, I feel you there. I live in the UK and we get all this extra tax slapped on to come into the UK here. So yeah, but iPhone 13, wow, it's going to be a great phone. I think at the end of the day, the 12 was the most iPhone, what sold the most was the normal 12. And I'm sure the normal 13 is going to be absolutely fantastic as well. So yeah, it's going to be a great, great phone. So yeah, good choice there. We've had another question here from Steph Grist. Is the notch definitely going to be smaller? Depends what you define as smaller. If we're talking millimeters, yeah, probably. We've been told it's most likely going to be. And this is from a leak from John Prosser. John Prosser says there's going to be a brand new Face ID on the iPhone 13 models this year. And it's a first kind of upgrade, because we had Face ID come out on the iPhone 10, and really it hasn't really fully been upgraded ever since then. So, here we are, 4 versions of iPhones later. So hopefully it will get an upgrade. It will be smaller, but I don't expect it to be like a little punch hole like what you get like on our Android cousins right now. I'm also going to say, I'm going to throw it out there, I do not expect Touch ID like we get on the iPad Air on the standby button to be added in either if they've done massive upgrades on the Face ID. If Face ID hasn't been upgraded, then maybe you'll get Touch ID. But I think it has been personally from looking at the leaks and things that have been stirring around and other people confirming them in the reports in the last couple of weeks. But we'll have to wait and see just to make sure if that is definitely going to happen. Now, one thing I also just want to quickly say before I answer another question from you guys is right now, for example, with my iPhone 12, I've had it now, my 12 Pro Max, I've had it now for a year. I got it on the day it's released. But my iPhone 12 Pro Max is in perfect condition. And one of the main reasons why it's in perfect condition is because I got a case for it. And that case is from Casetify. Now, I've been talking about Casetify a fair bit recently in a lot of my videos. And here, I'm going to show you something very, very special. These are iPhone 13 Pro cases. So these are fresh off the block right now. Before the iPhone 13 even comes out, I have got the new cases for it. And these cases are extra, extra special from Casetify. I absolutely love them. And I want to demonstrate why. One of the main reasons is they're made out of recycled material. And the new cases, like what you can get for the iPhone 13, they've got this technology inside it called Cheetech or Cheetech 2.0. And it makes them extra strong. Look at this. I am bending that and nothing is happening. Nothing at all. It's super strong. And the main reason behind this is they've got this kind of special chemicals inside it and whatever, but mainly it's made out of 65% recycled materials inside it. And also it has plant-based, I can't say it now, plant-based materials as well inside all of their new cases that are coming out. But what also makes them extra special is that they've also got this drop protection on them. So I've got 2 different types of cases here. I don't know if you can see here. This is their normal kind of case. It's hot stuff, perfect for the iPhone 13 Pro. I'll talk about that in a minute. But basically, this case here, you can drop your phone, I wouldn't plan doing it, from 6'6". That is really, really tall. And it will survive the drop. No problem. I've dropped my iPhone 12 Pro Max loads of times, and it's in one of these cases, and it's absolutely fine. And then the other case, what they do is they do this ultra impact case. This is called the impact case. This is the ultra impact case. And then basically with this one, it can withstand a drop up to 9.8 foot. It's absolutely unbelievable with this case as well. I think that's absolutely crazy. That's 3 meters tall. Is anybody here 3 meters tall? Because you'd have to drop it from your head onto the floor, more than 3 meters tall, for it not to survive. So that is absolutely fantastic. And also what makes them, again, extra special, as you can see here, you can customize the cases anywhere you want. In fact, here is a demo one right here. Ooh. And this one here has got my matte kind of logo on it here in my blue and yellow, and you can change the font, and they're absolutely fantastic. Also, what makes them really, really cool is that they have got a antimicrobial kind of texture to them, so it protects it from 99% of bacteria. But right now, guys, if you go to the link what I'm about to put in the chat right now, you can get 15% off your actual Casetify case. So if you're going to get yourself an iPhone, whether it be a 12, 13, or whatever, definitely get a Casetify case because they're absolutely awesome. So I'm just going to drop that link in right now to you guys. But let's move on then to, let's get some more questions here. When can we pre-order the iPhone 13 Plus Max? I think you mean the Pro Max. That's from Conspiracies of Our World. Well, I predict, and this is based on previous years of how Apple traditionally kind of announce their products, put them up for pre-order, and then physically get them into your hands. I believe they'll be announced today, personally, obviously. That's why we're here for the California Stream event. But I think you'll be able to pre-order them this Friday. And then after that, you'll be able to probably have it in your hands the Friday after. And if I'm correct, that is Friday, the 24th of September. So this Friday, the 17th, you'll be able to pre-order. And then the 24th, the week after, you'll be able to get it inside your hands. Now, it's a good question actually you just brought up there, and then something I want to talk about very, very quickly. And that is, I'm going to be making a video. It's either going to come out tomorrow or the day after. I'm going to try my best to get it tomorrow because it's 3/4 done. And I know a little secret in how to get a brand new Apple product on the second it is released, as it were, from pre-order. So the moment that you can pre-order it, how you can get it straight away. Because loads of people have pre-ordered products where they've waited for the second that you can pre-order it from, and then the website crashes, and then basically you have to wait, and then before you know it, you pre-order your phone or pre-order whatever, and basically you got told you've got to wait 3 or 4 weeks to get it. But I know a little secret way to get it a bit quicker, and I'm going to put that in a video what's going to be probably coming out tomorrow. So like I said, subscribe to this channel, guys, hit that notification bell because you don't want to miss that video. And any of my other loyal subscribers out here and viewers, check out that video when it comes out. So like I said, that's probably going to be coming out tomorrow. So what else have we got here? So we've also got some other items we're expecting to see at the event. One of them is going to be the new Apple Watch. I'm sporting here an Apple Watch Series 6 at the moment. The Series 7 is likely to come out, and it's likely to have kind of a very similar design to the iPhone 12 or the iPhone 13 now, that more sort of straight edges or like an iPad Pro and iPad Air kind of design. And that is going to be the first full big redesign since the first original Apple Watch. We've had some tweaks over the years with some like bigger screens from the Series 4 onward. We've had always on display added, things like this, but no actual full change of design. So that's going to be really exciting, and there's going to be 2 sizes for that as well, like there normally is every year. The other item we're looking forward to, and I've got one here on the shelf actually, I think, the older generation, and that is some brand new AirPods. These are the AirPods 2. Don't get confused with AirPods Pro or AirPods Pro 2. I'll talk about them in a second. But yeah, these are looking likely to be coming out, basically the AirPods 3. We've been waiting for these for ages. We thought they might have come out the end of last year. They never did. We basically believe Apple have been stockpiling these somewhere, ready for release. So yeah, that's going to be really, really exciting as well. I can see we've only got about 9 minutes now until the actual event. Now, let's talk very quickly then about things that we're probably not going to see at this event. Now, one of them is definitely what I just spoke about, AirPods Pro 2. I don't believe they're coming out yet. Now, the AirPods 2 I just showed you there, they came out 2.5 years ago. And so they're way overdue a refresh. They came out, I think it was March 2019. The AirPods Pro came out, I think it was November 2019, if I'm correct. So I don't think they're going to be refreshed just yet. Most likely, a lot of people the same are thinking like with the AirPods Pro 2, there's been 2.5 year gap with the AirPods Pro 2, sorry, keep saying Pro 2, for the AirPods 2 to the AirPods 3, there's been a 2.5 year gap. I believe there's going to be a 2.5 year gap from the AirPods Pro to the AirPods Pro 2. So probably early next year, we will see some new AirPods Pro 2. The other products I don't think we're going to see at this event, guys, but it will be coming this year, are some brand new MacBook Pros. This is the new 14-inch and the new 16-inch MacBook Pro. And like I said, I don't think it's going to be announced at this event. Normally, Apple, when they do announce brand new kind of MacBooks in the full time, they are normally announced basically nearer towards kind of Christmas or the holiday season, as it were. They normally announce kind of mid-October to come out kind of end of October, beginning of November. Last year was an exception because of COVID. We had that with the iPhone. That got delayed out by about a month. But this year, I believe it'll probably follow the same traits as the couple of years before, probably announced mid-October, so an event probably in a month from now, and then basically they'll be coming out a week or 2 later after that. Other items that probably we will not see today is got to be some brand new iPad Pros, because we just got a brand new iPad Pro, and we're not likely to see the new bigger iMac, as it were, whether this will be a 27, a 30, or 32-inch iMac. Now, one thing though that we do think that could come today, and this is the question mark one, is iPads. Now, I don't believe that iPad minis are going to be coming or announced today, but The iPad ninth generation, what is believed to come with a 10.5-inch screen, what is very similar to the iPad Air third generation or the 10.5-inch iPad Pro, what came out like 4 years ago, is going to have that same design. That might be announced today. If not, it will be announced in that MacBook event later on in about a month's time. I've got a feeling, and I could be wrong here, it could be at that event. I think you've got enough to go with today's show. You've got the new iPhones, you've got the new Apple Watches, and you've got the AirPods. That is enough to cram into about an hour to an hour and 15 minute show. So, yeah, we've only got 6 more minutes left. Let's see what other people are asking here. We've got people saying what time it is. It's 2:53 a.m. here in Manila, so I'm excited what iPhone 13 looks like. The other thing I'm just going to say to you guys as well, if anyone's just joined just now, I can't actually stream the event. It has a picture-in-picture on this stream that I'm doing right now. But what you can do, though, is that you can open up the link, what I'm just about to put into the chat, in another tab if you're on a laptop or a MacBook, or if you're on your phone right now or a tablet, open up another device next to it. Stay here, guys. Join the party and watch it on another device at the same time. But I'm just going to drop the link in for you guys right there. Let's see what else we've got here. What other questions people are asking here? Do I know what colors will be on the Apple Watch Series 7? That is a very, very good question. I don't actually, that is one I don't actually know, and there's been no reports or leaks really about it. I'd expect most likely the colors are probably going to be very similar to what we already got with the previous generation Apple Watch Series 6, and the SE, for example. But I believe that we won't actually get many new colors, and if they do, they will match probably the iPhone 13 normal colors. So, or a few of those colors at least. But like I said, there's not been many reports about the colors of the new Apple Watches. So unfortunately, there's not much news on that one. Let's see what other people are just writing here. Let's have a look. Someone else says, I really hope they shock us tonight with announcing the MacBook Pro M1X tonight. Like I said, I do not believe that is today. Like I said, I believe that will be probably in about a month's time when we have an Apple event then. It's too much stuff to cram into one night. Can you imagine it? If you had the iPhones, you had the MacBooks, you had the Apple Watch, the event would be like 2.5 hours long. So no, I don't think it's going to come right now. And looking at the reports, it still looks like there's reports coming in saying they're still building the MacBook Pros. So for example, building of iPhones, there's not been many reports about that recently because they're basically built, as it were. Another question here, do you think it could be the iPhone 12s instead of the 13? Well, it's a good question. I think it's definitely probably going to be the 13. There's a lot of people who are superstitious, but I think it will be the 13. And Apple are not a superstitious company, far from it. And they released the iOS 13. They even call the MacBook Pro 13-inch the 13-inch model. They're not afraid to use the number 13. So I believe it's definitely going to be that. We've got 2 minutes to the actual event starts. Like I said, guys, if you want your question definitely answered, please do use the super chat option. I'll definitely answer it. Other people's questions, I will try my best to answer. But if you definitely want it to be answered, yeah, definitely do that. Oh, I've got some sound coming through. The Apple event is just semi-starting in the background right now. I'll just drop that link in. I've just got to adjust my sound on that because it shouldn't be playing out of this. There we go. It was coming outside my MacBook and that's now in my AirPods. But yeah, the event's going to start in about 2 minutes from now or 1.5 minutes from now. So yeah, get onto that link, what I've just dropped in. Keep this open at the same time, guys. Like I said, keep the party here. I will be talking through it, but I won't be talking all the way through it because, we want to listen to Tim Cook, don't we? So yeah, the event's going to start any moment. Let's just quickly get one more question in. Is it possible that we'll see the Apple glasses today? I'm going to say probably not. I think Apple glasses, if they're going to be shown, it probably won't be till next year. But check out Xiaomi, by the way. Xiaomi have just done some prototype sort of glasses, just announced them. They're not bringing them out, but it's a concept. But check them out after this. It's really quite cool. We've got 1 minute left. So yeah, I'm really, really excited for this. I've been really, really dead excited for this event. So it's going to start any moment. The Apple logo is going to change any second. Like I just said, guys, there is going to be a I can't actually do a picture-in-picture of this event, but yeah, join the stream. What I'm putting on here, the link I'm putting in the chat, keep this tab open or open up the actual stream on another device. And also at the same time as well, guys, I will try my best not to yabbit my way through. But yeah, it looks like it's just about to start now. And yeah, let's see what this event has to show us. Oh, good point, actually, what people have just said there as well. And that is, will the iPhone 13 be shown straight away? The answer to that is probably not. The iPhone 13 is probably going to be the last item to be shown at this event, okay? So just hang out there. It's probably going to be something like softwares or services first to be shown off. Then it will be probably something like the AirPods or the Apple Watch, and the iPhones. The iPhone 13 will probably be right at the end of the event. So don't get worried if you don't see iPhone 13s right at the beginning of the event. It'll probably be near the end they'll be actually revealed, because that's what they always do, Apple do. But yeah, it should be starting. And here we are. We're joining the event. Oh, we're in the desert with a violin. Anyone here play the violin? I don't play the violin. I can tell you now, she's social distancing everybody here. One person's in the desert, one person's on the street. Social distancing. One person's in the jungle. It's a bit of a different intro, isn't it? They like doing their fancy intros, don't they, Apple? But I've never heard them playing a song like this before. Oh, California. California streaming, guys. Makes sense, doesn't it? Good question from Poxler. How long do you think it will take? I think it'll be about an hour to an hour and a half, this event will be. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Lots of scenes from California now. I get it now. That's a really, really good intro. Are we going to see the big circle, the Apple campus? Oh, I bet that's Tim Cook. Yeah, it was. That was clever. Walks off the desert. I like that. Anyone here live in California? Let me know in the comments. There's that many trees around the actual campus. I didn't realize there were that many trees. Lots to talk about today. This is what I was telling you guys. It'll be service first, then it will be the hardware, okay? Like I said, I believe the iPhone 13s will be at the end of the event. That's a lot of awards it's won and nominations. I love Ted Lasso. Who here loves Ted Lasso? Let me know in the comments. I absolutely love it. Hilarious. Oh, Frank, you're from California. Awesome. Oh, the new series of C. New one with Tom Hanks as well. Like I said, apologies for the bit of the delay, but that's just how it happens here on YouTube. The actual video comes to you about 20 seconds after I say it, unfortunately. The morning show, fantastic program as well. Love that. Wow, they got a lot of celebrities coming up. Wow, loads of celebrities. Oh, it's all the dates. That's what the numbers are. I didn't know what they were. There's lots of new series about to start then. The problem with Jon Stewart. Ah, it does look awesome. Oh, Barbara, you're from Northern California, north of San Francisco. Awesome. Ah, these Apple TV shows are absolutely awesome. I can't wait for it. Is that a robot with Tom Hanks? Was that a robot with Tom Hanks? That looks awesome. Yes, Ted Lasso. I love Ted Lasso. Looks brilliant, the lineup. Does Tim have time to watch all these programs and shows? Oh, he watches the morning show. Products, here they come, guys. iPad! Is it going to be the iPad ninth generation? I bet it's going to be the iPad ninth gen. It's got to be. This is the one we weren't expecting, I don't think, to be honest. Come on, show us the product. Show us the product. I think it'll have an A13 inside it if it's the ninth generation and a 10.5-inch screen, but I could be wrong. Let's see. Yes, iPad OS 15. Is he going to reveal the iPad OS 15 date? Who's got an iPad here? Let me know in the comments and what iPad you've got. Let's see what they're going to introduce. The iPad 9th gen, guys. Yay! 10.5-inch screen. A13. Come on. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, Apple Maps. This is one of what I wasn't surprised to see, actually, was the iPad. I thought the iPad might have come later on in the year, but wow, shocker. Like I said, guys, for the iPhone 13, it will only come out right at the end of the show. They always bring out the iPhone at the end of these shows. Tick, A13. A13 is what's in the iPhone 11s and the iPhone SE. That's really cool. It is a very good processor. Definitely worth getting one of these iPads, guys. If you've got the 8th gen, I wouldn't bother, but if you've got a 7th generation or below, this is definitely worth the upgrade just for the A13, to be honest. Has it got a 10.5-inch screen? Can't tell if it's 10.5 or 10.2-inch screen. Be nice if it is a 10.2. 5. Oh, great camera on the back. I don't know about you guys, but I never use an iPad to take photos on. Got my iPhone. But yeah, I probably use the front camera more, like what they're doing here. But I never really use the rear camera, to be honest. Oh, 12 megapixel camera. Wow, that's a great jump. Has it got? It's got center stage. Wow, makes sense to be honest. But wow, that's fantastic. Center stage has come to the most cheapest iPad out there. That's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. Definitely worth getting this over an eighth gen. If you're looking for a second-hand eighth gen or a eighth gen pre-owned, definitely get a ninth gen straight away. But if you have an eighth gen, like I said, don't bother going for this. I wouldn't say. I'd say wait another year at least. Your eighth gen is still fantastic. Like I said, guys, to people in the chat here, the new iPhone 13 will be announced at the end of the event. They always announce them at the end of the event. Oh, True Tone. That's cool. Because they're blue light, but so True Tone will be awesome to come. Can we expect a pink iPhone? I think we might see a pink iPhone 13. You never know. Did it say you could use the second generation iPad Pencil? I missed that. If it can, it's awesome. So all the usual stuff of iPad OS. I think it is a 10.2-inch screen. I thought it would be 10.5, but 10.2. But that center stage camera is a big upgrade as well. So that's definitely awesome. How much is it though? All right, so it's still got 4G in it. It's not 5G yet, guys. 329, guys. Same price. 64 gigs. Yes. It's about time. About time. You see that, guys? If they've upgraded the storage here, there's a possibility the iPhone 13 storage will be 128 gigabytes starting at that, possibly. But it's coming out next week. It's got a 10.2-inch display. But yeah, if you've got an iPad 7th generation or below, definitely worth getting this if you want to get a new iPad. But if you've got an 8th gen, I would say keep it for now. I wouldn't say it's a giant upgrade. It's a good upgrade. Good upgrade. So, no iPad mini? iPad mini! Wow. So we're going to get a new iPad mini. It should look like the iPad Air, like a mini iPad Air, really, or iPad Pro. I didn't think they were going to do this. A lot of people didn't think this was going to happen, but wow, that's amazing. All new iPad mini. It's about time it got a brand new design. That design we've had for the last 10 years. Yes, look at that. It looks like a mini iPad Air. That's awesome. Ah, that looks awesome. That's great. Oh, I really like that. That is brilliant. Look at that. It's awesome. It looks so gorgeous, that does. So apart from that iPad we just saw before, all the iPads have been upgraded to this new design. And like I said, it looks like just a mini iPad Air. So we've got four new colours. I like the space grey and the purple. So it's liquid retina. So it's not the new XDR display. It's the liquid retina. 8.3 inches. So that's up from the 7.9 inches. So it's 0.4 inches bigger, guys. What chip has it got inside it, though? Yeah, it's got the Touch ID. Because it is basically a mini iPad Air, isn't it? That's all this is. Yeah, that's awesome. What's the performance? Let's see what it's like. Okay, tell us what chip. A14? I bet it's A14. It's got to be A14 inside it. Has to be. With 40% increase, it sounds like an A14. The Star Wars Hunters looks awesome, doesn't it? Oh, come on, tell us what chip it is. It's not telling us what chip it is. Sounds like A14. It's got to sound like A14 because it had an A12. The old iPad mini had an A12. So it's got to be A14. It's not telling us, is she? The translators are awesome, though. I must admit that. Have they put 5G in it? Oh, it's got a USB-C port. I thought she was about to say connectivity, like connected to the internet. That's good. It's got USB-C. That will charge really quickly because the size of that iPad mini as well. Oh, it does look cool. 5G. Yay. I'm really glad they put 5G. That's really, really cool, that is. Look at that. I like the AR ability on that. That sounds like really, really good settings. It's got to have center stage, doesn't it? Stereo sound, and it's got to have the new center stage camera, isn't it? 12 megapixel. 12 megapixel on the back. Who here is going to get himself a brand new iPad mini or the iPad ninth generation? Let me know in the chat. I'd love to know if you're going to get one. Of course, it'll support center stage. That's really cool that that's come. 4K recording, RFM, hopefully. I don't think we're going to see any updates on the MacBooks in this event. It'll probably be on the next event, what's going to be probably in October time. That's a really cool cover. I like that. Yay, second generation Apple Pencil. Look at that. It's about the size of the iPad mini, the pencil is. That's really cool it can do that, though. That's a really good iPad to take on the go, isn't it? That is. See in action. I thought we just did. saw people taking it out and about. Is that GarageBand? I haven't seen GarageBand in ages. That's awesome. Does look good. Let me know, guys, if you're going to get yourself a new iPad 9th Gen or iPad Mini, though. I guess it's what the price is going to be of the iPad Mini. It's going to be important as well. There's a person. I thought it was AR then for a second. I like that with the helicopter. That was awesome. It's good it can use the second generation Apple Pencil. I do like that. So yeah, that is awesome. I do really, really liking that. 499. Wow. It's a tricky thing to get. Order today. It'll be available next week, guys. Does look awesome, though, that does. So when the store comes back online, you can order yourself an iPad mini. But that does look awesome. It definitely is. It is more expensive, the iPad mini, but it has got a new design, and Apple, any excuses to make a new design and think we'll put the price up, as it were. Oh wow, that's clever with the recycled materials. That's good. Well, next product's coming up, guys. Apple Watch. Apple Watch Series 7, guys. Here we go. This is going to be awesome. If you've got an Apple Watch, guys, let me know in the chat what you've got. Let me know which model you have and if you plan to get in the new Apple Watch. Let's see what it's all about, though. Let's have a look. Apple Watch who rides a bike. Haven't shown the watch yet. Talking about Watch OS first. Is it a big build up? Oh, that's cool when you fall over. That's true with it though. Because can you imagine that if you cycle with your electric engine, you've burnt 1,000 calories when you've only burnt 50. Do like that. Let's see what they've done to the watch. New design. Is it a new design? Is it a flat design? I can't tell. They've dropped a rock on it. Oh, does it have the ceramic glass screen then? Ceramic glass? The Watch Series 7. Let's have a look. Oh, they've not actually changed the design. Oh my goodness. They've actually got the reports got it wrong. People's reports have got that wrong. They haven't changed the design. I'm shocked. Absolutely shocked at that. What made the screen bigger? No. People like John Prosser out there and Min Chi Kuo, you got it wrong there. There hasn't been a new design. Unless there's a Pro. There could be an Apple Watch 7 Pro. I'm not sure. But yeah, it still looks like an iPhone 10, an iPhone 11, or even the iPhone 7, 8 kind of sort of design. Unusual for Apple. Like I said, unless they bring out a brand new design, like a Pro Watch 7, Series 7 Watch Pro or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's disappointing. Disappointing, definitely. How long can you string this out, Apple, keeping the same design over and over again? I am disappointed on this one, guys, definitely. But yeah, big shock to people like John Prosser and Min Chi Kuo, who got those reports very, very wrong. I think probably apart from ceramic glass, there's not really a big upgrade here. Your screen's a little bit bigger. Um, Obviously, it'll have a new chip in it and things like that. But if you've got yourself an Apple Watch SE, I'd say the Apple Watch SE is your best bet right now. Apple Watch SE, or if you can get yourself a good deal on an Apple Watch Series 6, it's probably worth it. Mm, most durable Apple Watch, but like I said, I think it's due to that ceramic glass, crack resistant now. That's a good certification. No, I agree with you there, Yash. It's not worth it. I think it's got a few little upgrades, but that's not a massive big upgrade in my opinion. I'd say get yourself an Apple Watch SE. You can get a good deal on that. Even Apple Watch Series 6 is still really good. So yeah, that's my first big disappointment. No. 33% charging faster. Thing is, though, I don't know about you guys, but I charge my watch at night. So as long as I sleep more than, say, an hour and a half, it's fully charged. mm, Bit disappointed with that, unless they're about to bring out a Pro. I don't know. Is there going to be a Pro? I'm hoping there will. Bought the Nike watch again. Ah, disappointing. Disappointing, that one, definitely. Hopefully next year there will be the new design. Or hopefully reporters like John Prosser, Min Chi Kuo, Mark Gurman can get it right. So, like I say, guy, this is what I say in my videos that I've made. Not all reports and leaks are always 100% true. We have to wait officially to this event, but we circle around. But they did get things right, though, with the iPad mini, and they also got things right with the iPad 9th generation. So, we've got to see it from that point of view. It's a good price, though. I can't, but what? Did I just say they're still selling the Series 3? Series 3 is still for sale. I thought people with Series 3s were breaking and not working, and the Watch OS wasn't coping on it, was it? I'm surprised they've still got that. I thought they were going to drop that. I thought they were going to keep the SE, the Series 6, and the Series 7. I didn't think they'd drop that. That's a massive jump. At the end of the day, the SE has got the chip of a Series 5 inside it. It's got the S5 chip in it. So that's like 2 years ago generation. It's quite unusual. And look at the Series 3. That's 4 years old, the Series 3, and they're still selling it. It's crazy, that is. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you're disappointed about the Series 7 design. I'm very disappointed with that. I'm, I'm disappointed with the reporters and leakers that they said it was coming, but I'm more disappointed with Apple. It was 2014 is the first time we got a Apple Watch. We're now 7 generations later, or even 8 generations later now, and you know they haven't changed the design. That's absolutely crazy. Disappointing. Disappointing. Hopefully, it's iPhone 13's next, guys, unless they've got another product. But I think it might be the iPhone 13's next. Apple Fitness Plus. They put out some more routines, probably. We're going under the water. Oh, we flipped the sky around. Flipping the sky around is more impressive than the Apple Watch Series 7, in my opinion. I completely agree with you there, Martine. I hope they better surprise us with the iPhone 13 now, because I'm a bit disappointed. I agree with you there as well, Flora. They say the Series 6 is better. It's probably, yeah, you can get a good deal on it because they're going to stop selling it now. You can get yourself a good deal on the Series 6. Go and get one, guys, I'd say. You've only got a slightly bigger screen and a bit more of a harder sort of glass. If you've opened Apple Watch already and you haven't broken it, it's not like you're going to break it anytime soon. Because I throw my Apple Watch SE around, my Apple Watch Series 6 around. This is my Series 6. I throw this around out everywhere and I haven't got a mark on it. I got it the day it came out last year. And I'm just looking at it now. There's not a single mark on it at all. And I wear it every day and take it out with me every day. So, yeah. Alexander, you like it? Cool. If you're brand new to the Apple Watches, then yeah, I think it's a good option as well, to be honest. If you do an upgrade, some people get Apple Watches on contracts, if you do a brand new Apple Watch and you're going to get a 7, it's still good. I think it's just more that we're expecting it to be a bit more, I think. Tom Blueberry, yeah, like for example, is it worth upgrading from a Series 3 to the 7? I'd say it probably is going to be worth it. So yeah, definitely an upgrade like that. But if you've got an SE, Series 5, Series 6, even maybe a Series 4, uh, I would say don't bother. Unless your Series 4 is getting a bit battered and the battery's rubbish, then yeah, upgrade to a Series 7. But apart from that, I wouldn't bother. Pilates. What's Jessica doing next? She sounds British like me. Ah, guided meditation. It's different, isn't it? Kind of like meditation, yoga. If you're into all of that, who here has actually got Apple Fitness Plus? Let me know in the chat. I don't actually have it. That's where you can tell that's how fat I am now, as it were, because I don't have Apple Fitness Plus. Um, but yeah, let me know in the chat if you have Apple Fitness Plus, and let me know how good it is as well. Is it worth buying an Apple Watch over an Android watch? Well, it depends if you've got an Android phone, because Apple Watches don't work with Android phones. But if you've got yourself a different Android watch, it depends what features there are on it and if that works with your iPhone. Carmen, I don't want to get fit. Yeah, you're definitely right there as well. Apple has been difficult for leakers this year. They have been a bit difficult, haven't they, for all these reporters? I was going to say, John Prosser, I think this year has got the most wrong ever for all the reports that I've been sharing of his. Group workouts. I thought this would work. I'm surprised this didn't come up in the WWDC, because I thought with the share play that you could do this. I thought they'd be able to do like share like what you're doing as well, like how much of your routine you're doing and sharing that. So it looks like they're finally doing it now. That's Fitness Plus. So fingers crossed now they're going to come over to the Apple Watch 13 next. Fingers crossed. RFM. I've got that. I've got Ring Fit Adventure. Is that what you're talking about? The Switch Fit games. I've got Ring Fit Adventure. It's awesome. I love Ring Fit Adventure. I agree with you, Jimmy. Show us the iPhones. I haven't got a video for this. Yes. Come on, iPhone 13. I think we know about Fitness Plus now, guys. The dog's pulling the t-shirt. I did like that. The dog there pulling. Meditate. So he climbed all the way up that mountain to meditate. Tom Blueberry says, blame COVID. Potentially. Oh, is your Series 3 still going strong, Paula? That's good to hear. Because I heard a lot of people have had problems with them. So it's good to hear that yours is still going fine. That's really, really good. Remember, guys, we've still got another 20 minutes of this event on average. It could go a bit over. It could be an hour and 15 even. So you never know. I think something else could be revealed, but I'm quite sure iPhone 13. But if it isn't, ooh, that'll be scary if it's not. But I'm quite sure it will be. That's my opinion, though. I'll say that. Not saying that's going to be written up officially. It's got to be. Be very disappointed if the iPhone 13 is not here. The only thing he could scarily do now is he could reveal the new AirPods, and that takes 20 minutes to do. That'd be scary. And then no iPhone. I hope not. I hope not. Please say there's a new iPhone. Please. Come on, iPhone 13. iPhone, 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 iPhone. iPhones are coming, guys. We've been waiting for this. You wait, that'll be the iPhone SE. I'm joking. It's got to be the iPhone 13. Let's see what the iPhone 13 is all about. They sure do. Yay! The moment we're waiting for, guys. Oh, they got the cameras right. Triangle cameras. Oh, awesome. To be honest, I can't wait for someone to take the iPhone 13 apart to see why the cameras are diagonal. So I don't get it. It's got to be a reason behind it. So here we go, iPhone 13. I don't think the MacBook's coming today. There's not enough time. No one's turned up. Same design. Ceramic shield again. So is it the same ceramic shield? Sounds like it is. That was cool. I do like the diagonal cameras. That's awesome. Pink. We've got the purple. They dumped the purple. They just brought out the purple. We've got rid of it already. I can't believe the purple's gone. Who likes it though so far then, the iPhone 13? I didn't look at the notch. That's a good point now, actually. I didn't see it. Let's hopefully the notch is smaller. Oh, here we go. Ah, they have redesigned it for the cameras. Bigger battery, guys. That's the big one. iPhone 13 mini. They'll sell about 20 iPhone 13 minis in the whole world. 20 of them. That's it. That notch is smaller. It does look smaller. It looks a bit more thinner. Does look cool though. So like we thought, guys, this will not get 120 hertz upgrade. 60 hertz. We've got the A15. A15 Bionic. Oh, we're back under the lab again. Do you know this lab? So many people got permission to go into it. They said it was secret, but every time there's a keynote or a video like this, somebody else is in it. I think like about 10,000 people have got access. Is it that private? Yeah, it's definitely going to be 60 hertz the screen, guys, because they would have boasted if it was 90 hertz. Ah, it's the same core setup as the A13, A14, A12 even, 6 cores like that. It's normally 4 efficiency cores, yep, 2 performance cores. They've probably just made them a little bit more faster and a bit more efficient. 20% faster, I bet. 50%. Oh, the leading competition. Ugh. But yeah, I reckon it's probably about 20% faster, I bet, in CPU speed than A14. It's doing against the competition. Have you noticed they're not doing it against the A14 because it's only probably going to be about, like I said, 15 to 20% faster. Remember, guys, the 13 normal and the mini probably will have 60 hertz, but we're hoping that the pros, the Pro and the Pro Max, will get 120 hertz. Unless the notch has been changed, I can't really see much point in upgrading from, say, an iPhone 11 to an iPhone 13 even. There's not, apart from the new design, there's not much in it really, is there? Like I said, unless the notch has been changed, because funny enough, the iPhone 11 battery's actually life is better than what's in an iPhone 12's battery. Normal 12, that is. So we'll have to see how good that battery is. I think the big thing to me on this one's got to be the battery. Nah, it's not comparing it to A14. Look, see, it's being very clever, Apple are. I can imagine it's fast, but I don't think it's going to be absolutely blowing the A15 over A14. There won't be MacBooks today. Very unlikely. There's not enough time. Like I said, it's probably going to be in October time. We'll see then. Let's hope the iPhone 13 Pro blows us away, hey? And that notch, I can't tell if it's small enough. If it is smaller, it's only a tiny bit smaller. And we did know this. The reports did say this that the sensors would be bigger and letting in more light. Oh, sensor shift in it. That's really good. The sensor shift. Sensor shift technology is awesome. Some goodish camera upgrades to bring to the iPhone 13 normal. So basically, you've got some, technology what's in the iPhone 12 Pro Max now put in the normal 13 and the 13 Mini. So you've got to see that is a good thing. New ultra wide. Oh, good. I was going to say the ultra wide sensor is not the best. So, for example, I've used it outside, like in sort of dim light. It's not the best. For 8K, cinematic mode. Woo! We were hoping this was going to happen. It's a really good feature. I was going to say the Google Pixel 5 has this, and it's really, really cool. So yeah, at least that's coming to the iPhone 13. Was filmed on an iPhone 13. Yep. Well, you've got to admit, guys, this is a great recording. How it's been recorded. This reminds me of Knives Out, if you've seen that film. That is cool. You've got to admit, if this was all shot on an iPhone 13, just the normal iPhone 13, this does look pretty awesome. Yeah, I agree there, RFM. Very, very smooth focus transitions, definitely. Like that. The dog to the kind of butler person, for example, that was really smooth. The dog get arrested as well. It was the kid. That is really, really good. Like I say, that is a very good feature for iPhone 13. I've got a brownie point to the iPhone 13. Bigger battery and this so far is some of the best features. I agree with you there, Martin. You should be able to vlog with it. That's really clever with the newer engine, how they've done that with the cinematic approach. Oh, I like that how you can tap to change the focus. That's pretty cool and that's cinematic. I do like it. That was good. Did like that. So, smaller notch. Is that it? No new notch. Oh, John Prosser. You got that very wrong. Wave 5G, I bet you. That one's another thing that came along. And Wi-Fi 6E. But it doesn't look like there's a new notch. Disappointing. Disappointing. That's disappointing on Apple as well. It's been 4 years since that notch came out and it hasn't really changed. It'd be disappointing if the Pro has a new notch and this one doesn't, because that's just really bad, I think. Very disappointing. I was going to say, Prosser has fumbled big time. I agree there. All the leaks I've been sharing of his, he's not done well this year at all. I can't tell. Can you guys tell if that notch is smaller or not? I don't know. Is it smaller? I don't know. I'm having a look. I can't tell. It normally is Christopher Doms there. Battery life, but it's more efficient. Battery life, battery life. How much better? Hour and a half. Mark Gurman was right there then. Yep, he said over an hour for the mini and over 2 hours more for the normal 13. So that's really good then. Because I think on average it lasts kind of average day use could last about 8 hours of always on, as it were. If you were using it all the time, your iPhone with the screen on, messing around with it, it gets an average of about 8 hours. So for 2 hours more, we could be looking at 10 hours potentially. But obviously, tests will have to happen. Tests will have to happen. That's a good point from Devon there. Nothing has been talked about that satellite connection, but we did say it could possibly come next year. And smart data is good. Is it worth it? Hmm. It's not worth it from an iPhone 12, I don't think. If you've got an iPhone 12 and upgrading, not worth it, I don't think. But if you're upgrading from, say, a XR, a 10R, for example, or even the 11, potentially, it is worth it, I'd say. Yeah, from the 11, yeah, because you've got the new type of screen, bigger battery. Yeah, I'd say from the 11, but if you've got a 12, no. That's if not, don't upgrade if you've got a normal iPhone 12. A new MagSafe leather wallet. Oh, that's good. I was going to say the watch. That's good. I like that. Oh, when it was separated. Well, that still means someone can run away with it. The wallet, they take it off and run. I thought the actual wallet would tell you where it is. Don't know if that's a good feature then. Yeah, this is where someone. This is where someone mugged you. This is where they stole it from you. Your wallet. It's still the same price. That's good. $700 in, guys. That's if you trade in an iPhone 12 Pro Max, 128 gigabytes. Yay! It's good. It's good. No, for the price, it's worth it. For the price, it's worth it. I'll give you that, guys. It's worth it for the price. Um, but like I said, if you've got a 12 already, don't bother upgrading. I'd say if you've got 11, and yeah, you fancy an upgrade, yeah, you could do it. But your 11 is still good. If you've got a 10R or below, so you've got a 10R, a 10S, a 10, 8, 7, 6, blah blah blah, and all the way down. Yeah, definitely worth an upgrade. But if you got a 12, no, I wouldn't say it's worth the upgrade. Water resistance, it already had water resistance. Yeah, like you, Michelle, if you've got a 7 plus, yeah, the 13 is definitely worth the upgrade. I agree there as well with you, Krypton, and that is 128 gigabyte is, it's about time Apple got to that amount as your base storage. So yeah, that's really, really good. So yeah, for the price, yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it, definitely. Like I said, it's interesting how they hid the facts of the A15. They were saying against the competition. I think A15 is only going to be like about 10 or 15 to 20% faster than A14. Blink of an eye faster. You're not going to see the difference, I don't think. You got Benza Boy says you got an S10 Plus, I'm guessing, and 13 Pro. Yeah. Let's see what the 13 Pro is about to show us with Tim. I think this is the last product of the day, guys. 13 Pro. Nope. Pro. 13 Pro. You're sure right there. It's finally here. What can the 13 Pro offer us? It's got to have a larger battery. It's got to have 120. If it does not have a 120 hertz display, I will personally go to Apple and I don't know what I'll do. Other people can join me to riot Apple if they do not put a 120 hertz display on their display, yeah? I'll throw an Android phone at them. That's what I'll do if there's not a 120 hertz display. No, MacBooks are probably going to come in October time. They normally land around that time, October, November time. It wasn't expected to be here today. Ooh, a new blue. I like that specific blue out the window, guys. I don't know, I like that blue. Jaws. Jaws. Let's see what the 13 Pro can do. That's clever. How they use the Apple Campus as like one of the actual camera rings. It's definitely bigger lenses in that. Definitely. The gold! I do like that blue. So the camera's smaller, but the notch isn't, I don't think. John Prosser, you are so wrong here with that notch. Same ceramic shield. Brand new camera system. Bigger battery. Let's see what the differences are. Yes, but what's the difference in speed to A14? Oh, okay, that's different. 5-core CPU. Stop saying that it's a leading competition. Let's have a look. Please, 120 hertz display. 120 hertz. Super Retina XDR display. ProMotion. ProMotion. Come on. 120 hertz ProMotion. That's bright. That's bright, that is. ProMotion! Yes! 120 hertz, guys. It's here. That's awesome. With that refresh rate of 10 hertz to 120, that means it will make the battery last even longer. Because otherwise, you could just be on a web page like this, not moving, and it was still refreshing at 120 or even 60. So it won't be doing that anymore. It can go up and down. That is awesome. Yes, the battery life will definitely be longer with this, guys. I'm so glad. 120 hertz. Yes! It's about time. Let's see what it does. Do you think Epic Games is going to be here? Epic Games? No Epic Games. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, it does look good though. Yes, we've seen 120 hertz on our Android sisters, cousins, whatever they're called. But I'm glad it's finally come. I think 120 hertz is a big, big thing to have on the iPhone 13 Pro. It's about time it's come over. We just got to see what the camera does next, I think. I've got big ticks here with the 13 Pro, bigger battery, a refresh rate what can go up and down from 120 hertz down to 10, brighter screen, guys. I think that's awesome so far. Cameras, what can the cameras do? And here's the cameras. You say that every year, the biggest advancement camera ever. Yeah, you say that every year. Let's see how advanced it is this time. Because I think cinematic mode stole the show. I think they've got a new software because they brought a new pro software for photos. So let's see if they do it for the actual camera for video. 3 times optical zoom. 92% improvement in low light. That's awesome. That's almost double the amount of light comes in now on the ultra wide. 2 times. Wow. Nighttime vision is going to be awesome. Also, we might see that new astrophotography mode, guys. There's a rumored of, it's in the kind of picture of the California streaming. Like that. Is there an astrophotography mode? An actual official mode? I'm glad 3 times optical zooms come. That is a brand new lens system they've got. 2 centimeters. That's an amazing macro mode they've got there. 2 centimeters, guys. That's incredible. I'm glad they finally got a macro mode. I think that's one thing they've lacked on. Night mode, yay! I think the 13 Pro and the Pro Max has definitely got some great upgrades here, guys. Definitely got some great upgrades. That's good for the light there. That's a good shot, that is group photo. It's been some disappointment and there's been some wins on this event, I think. Like the iPad mini, it's been awesome. The iPhone 13 Pros have been awesome so far. The Apple Watch, disappointment. The iPhone 13, meh. I'd say it's a meh. It's not awful. It's not great. It's a meh. But yeah, it's been an interesting event so far. Good question from Tip06. Would you recommend the silver or graphite for the 13 process in terms of smudges and fingerprints? I would say probably the graphite, I would say. Silver will show up more in light. Graphite is a bit more darker. So with light, you'd probably see the smudges more likely. But yeah, that's good. The cameras do look good. I like that photographic styles. Oh, iPhone 13 as well gets that. I think the Pro Max might have some extra power because they're just saying Pro here. This is the 13 Pro. And they did this last year as well. Because they did a little special bit for the Pro Max. I bet they've got a new Pro video format, I bet you. Let's see what an iPhone 13 Pro can do then with the camera. Didn't give him a Pro Max. No, I don't think there's no LEO satellite connection. I think that'll be coming next year. Wow. If that's been recorded on an iPhone 13 Pro, that is pretty awesome. That is pretty cool and clever. Wow. That is amazing. That is on the 13 Pro. I am looking forward to that cinematic mode, definitely. It looks absolutely awesome. Look at that with the rain falling in the background. That's awesome. I love that. It'll be great. But do you use the iPhone to make everything? I bet you they still use their cameras. They don't use iPhones to record everything. Could you imagine that? Credits at the end of a film. Many thanks to Apple. We filmed this whole film on an iPhone. Yeah, I'm waiting for that battery life as well on the Pro Max. If they're going to reveal that, it'd be good to see. He was cheating. That was good. Or even the behind the scenes footage was made on it. That's awesome. That is really, really clever. That was really clever. I'm glad they got a 3 times zoom. I know, like, for example, the Galaxy S21 Ultra has a 10 times zoom of an optical zoom, but 3 times, yes, get in there, get in there. So 3 times optical zoom is still pretty cool, to be fair. Oh, new iPhone first. ProRes video. This is what I thought would happen. We had this with the Pro Photos last year. Was it Pro Raw, wasn't it? So Pro Raw was is awesome in Photoshop if you use it. So yeah, Pro Video. I'm really looking forward to that in Final Cut Pro because I make my videos in that. So that'll be awesome. All right. You might not think that 30 frames per second in ProRes is that good, but at the end of the day, you can change so many sort of depth and features with that. So yeah, it'll be worth it. Battery life. Here we go, guys. This is what I've been waiting for. How much better is the battery? But how much better? Wow, that's pretty impressive. 2.5 hours. I think then, guys, the 12 Pro Max. I was going to say that's longer than an iPhone 11 Pro Max because that was the longest battery. About time. It should have happened last year. But I think it's to do with that 120 hertz display. It has to be because, the way how it goes up and down. So that's why you can get a better battery life out of it. Let me know, guys, what iPhone you're planning to buy if you're planning to get one. Put it in the comments. I'd love to know, or in the chat. That's the 13 Pro. Are we going to talk about the 13 Pro Max? Is there any extra special features like there was last year with the 12 Pro Max? Come on, I want to see if there's anything extra. Disappointed that MagSafe didn't get a faster charging ability. It'd be good to see that. Same prices, guys. They've got a win there, keeping the prices the same. Wow. Yay! 1 terabyte. Yay! That's a lot of options. This Friday, and it's available the Friday after. Ta-da! Told you guys, this Friday, and then it'll be available the week after. Like I said, keep on this video after, keep on the stream because I've got a little tip to basically show you how to get an iPhone 13 on the second that it is you can reserve it basically. But let's just finish off this event. I think it's the end of the event, to be fair. Yep. Where were the AirPods? That's the question. Where are the AirPods? 2.5 years. Can't believe the AirPods didn't come. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting the iPad mini to come today. But I do like the iPad mini. It definitely does look cool. But yeah. Apple Watch disappointment. I think that's the biggest disappointment of it all today was the Apple Watch. If you were here earlier, well, I'll talk about it in a bit why I think it's disappointing. But there's some changes. It's still worth buying, but Apple Fitness Plus, if you're into that, some good new workouts. That's cool. And also, I like that group workouts. Yeah, group workouts was awesome. iPhone 13, definitely good. I like the bigger battery and that updated camera system. Shame about the notch, though. Shame about the notch. What's 1 terabyte? 1 TB stands for 1,000 gigabytes, or 1,024 gigabytes to be precise. I do like the new iPhone 13 Pro with that 120 hertz display. That's awesome at last. I did like that cinematic mode as well in the camera. That's awesome. But yeah, shame they don't tell us about the A15 of what it actually is compared to an A14. But we'll have to do some benchmarking and find out, won't we? I think the event's coming to a close though, guys. Let's see what Tim's got to say just to finish it up. There we go then. Wow, what an event! Yo-yo event. I'm gonna call that a yo-yo event. When I mean a yo-yo event, I'm talking about a high and a low event. So let's talk about my initial thoughts about everything. So let's start then with the first thing that we saw on the Apple event. Let's talk about the iPads. So the iPads, yeah, weren't really expecting them to be coming along on this event today. We thought a lot of people, a lot of reporters out there, leakers were saying it was coming potentially, it might come today. It was like more like about a 30% chance it would arrive today, 70% chance it will probably arrive with the new MacBooks later on in October. But yeah, the 9th gen iPad, awesome for what it is. I've said it already in the actual stream. if you have a 7th generation iPad or below, get yourself a 9th generation iPad if you want a budget one. With that A13 chipset, the same chipset was in the iPhone SE, the newest one, and also in the iPhone 11. Definitely worth it for that price. And you're also getting that center stage ability as well on the front. And finally, it starts at 64 gigabytes of storage inside it. That's absolutely awesome. It's about blooming time. I sound very British there, about blooming time that we got it. So awesome on that one. The iPad mini, that's what came next. The iPad mini was awesome as well. Again, I thought a lot of other many reporters and leakers were thinking it wasn't going to come for at least another month, but it's come now. We've got the iPad mini with that brand new kind of iPad Air, iPad Pro design now. It finally matches the family. And it's the first time the iPad mini's had a brand new design ever since it first came out back in 2012, I think it was. So it's like 9 years in the making that we finally got a new design. And it does look really good with its 8.3-inch display, center stage, and also it's got that Touch ID button. Like I said, it's like a mini iPad Air. You can use the Apple Pencil too. So yeah, that's awesome. I know I've got people here putting questions and things in the chat here. I'll just quickly mention, I'll try answering some of your questions soon. But if you want your question to be answered right now, use the super chat ability and I'll answer your question as soon as I can. Right, so next of all, after that was the Apple Watch Series 7. Yeah, what a disappointment. Before I get onto my disappointment, XX Austin Play says, woohoo, happy to see the Apple event with you. Thank you, XX Austin Plays, for joining me today. And thank you for everybody. I forgot to say it. Thank you for everybody joining me on the stream now and earlier. It's been fantastic to be all here together to watch the event together. I love watching events like this with you guys. It's because of you guys I do this event. And so, yeah, it's really, really good to sit down with you guys with that. So yeah, thank you so much for that. But going back then to the Apple Watch Series 7, I think that was the biggest disappointment. And people like John Prosser, oh my, you got that wrong. And Min Chi Kuo, he did some reports and leaks as well, who said that the Apple Watch 7 was going to get its first kind of brand new design, what looked like a iPhone 12, iPhone 13 kind of design, or the iPad Pro Air Mini. Now I can even say kind of flat edge design, not the round edge design that we've had before since like the iPhone 6 all the way up to like the iPhone 11. But no, it didn't change. The biggest changes were basically that the screen is ever so slightly wider now, and also it's got that kind of more tougher glass on the actual Apple Watch now. Not massive upgrades, in my opinion. I have said this already. If you want to get yourself an Apple Watch 7, yeah, still get one because they're great. They are great. It's going to be a great watch. But if you can find an Apple Watch Series 6 out there, what's on a good deal, get yourself one of them. Even an Apple Watch SE. I've got the SE and I've got an Apple Watch 6. And the SE, to be honest, I wear that more of the time than my 6. I'm wearing my 6 right now, but I'm wearing my SE more because of the features in it. There's enough in that. It's a great price for it. So yeah, definitely get that if you want to. But the Apple Watch 7 still a good watch, but a bit disappointed that there was no new design on there. We did have the upgrade to the Apple Fitness Plus, and there's some extra sort of routines and also the ability to share your routines as well. But yeah, that was all that. But again, back to the hardware. The star of the show was got to be the iPhone 13. One of my big supporters just dropped a big hello there, and that's from Shahir Burnley. Hello, a big hello to you. I notice you comment on almost every single one of my videos, and you've been around. I think you've been like a supporter since I've had like 50,000 subscribers. So big hello to you. Thank you for joining me on this event. I knew you would be here. I knew you'd join me. But yeah, you're a big loyal supporter. Thank you for joining me today for you on that one. But yeah, the iPhone 13. Where do we begin? So first of all, I think one of the biggest changes has got to be that last bigger batteries. It was disappointing with the iPhone 12 last year that the battery capacity was a bit more smaller than we got in the iPhone 11. The battery life actually lasted less. So glad we finally got that upgrade. the new camera. We've got the sensor shift in the main primary camera. That's really cool. That came from the iPhone 12 Pro Max. It's a really, really good upgrade for that in the iPhone 12. And also at the same time as well, that cinematic video mode. Oh my, it looked awesome. I love that cinematic video mode. I'm so shocked it actually is just on the normal iPhone 13. I thought it'd just be on the Pros, but it's so cool. It's on there. Also, you've got the 128 gigabytes storage. It's starting with that now. So much more worth it. The price hasn't changed as well. Definitely worth getting yourself an iPhone 13, I would say. If you've got yourself like a iPhone 10R or XR, whatever you want to call it, or below. So if you've got yourself a 10S or XS or X or 10 or 8765, going all the way down, definitely worth getting yourself an iPhone 13 or a 13 mini if you want a little dinky iPhone. So yeah, absolutely amazing. I think for the price now. If you've got yourself an iPhone 12 normal or 12 mini, I don't think it's worth the upgrade in my opinion. A big shout out there to Alexandre Mayo as well. Thank you so much for joining the show today. I've seen you around. Fist bump to you as well. So yeah, really good. Thank you so much for supporting and coming along to this event. Let's talk then next about the iPhone 13 Pro and the Pro Max. So one thing what they did different this year to compare to the iPhone 12 from last year and the 12 Pro and the 12 Pro Max is that the 12 Pro Max had some extra features inside it. And it doesn't look like they've done that this year. It looks like the features are exactly the same. So let me talk about them. The first big feature was the thing we've been waiting for like 3 years. 120 hertz refresh rate. ProMotion on an iPhone. Yes! That's all I can say. That was it for me. That was definitely it for me. That was the big one. I can't believe finally we've got 120 hertz refresh rate, and I love it that it can scale down automatically down to 10 hertz and up. I know like the Galaxy, Samsung ones can do this, some of the Xiaomi's can do that as well. So yeah, absolutely fantastic that they've done that. So yeah, I'm really happy. Before I just go on to a bit for more features, another few more shout outs. Again, Shahir Burnley, he says, thank you, keeping us updated. Love this one. Thank you as well. Again, thank you so much for all your support, Shahir Burnley. I love you. Thank you for joining. Just quickly, XS Austin Plays says, I have a question. Do you know when the MacBooks will be released? If it's okay with you, Austin Plays, I'll answer that just after I finish the iPhone Pro 13 Pro summary quickly, and then I'll answer your question now on that one because it's a good question. But yeah, going back to the 13 Pro, 120 hertz, awesome. Bigger batteries, yes. It was disappointing last year that the iPhone 12 Pro and the 12 Pro Max had batteries. Well, the 12 Pro was a bit more understandable because it was bigger than the 11 Pro, what came out the year before. But the 12 Pro Max had a smaller battery than what was inside the 11 Pro Max, and yet the 12 Pro Max was bigger. It didn't make any sense. And of course, the battery life was worse. It was really disappointing. It wasn't massively worse, but you'd think every year you build on it. So yeah, real big disappointment there. So yeah, wasn't happy about that. But finally, Apple, from what it seems, have corrected it. The 12 Pro gets 1.5 hours extra, and the Pro Max will get 2.5 hours extra under normal usage hours. I say that, guys. If you're going to be doing hardcore gaming, or if you're going to be recording at 4K, 60 frames per second on your cameras, yeah, that extra battery gain will not be as much as that. But yeah, it's really cool that they've actually done that on it. Also, those new camera modes. Finally, all the sensors can use night mode at last, and I'm really happy about that. It's so awesome. It's about time that they've been able to do that. It was disappointing that only like last year on the 12 Pro that only like one of the lenses could do that, but glad finally all the lenses can do it. They let in more light, and there wasn't officially an astrophotography mode shown, but I don't know if you saw in the stream there, they showed somebody saying that they used a tripod to take pictures of the night sky, and they actually showed the night sky. So it has got the ability to do it. Maybe just Apple haven't actually put it as a separate mode in the camera, but it does show it was completely possible to do it. So yeah, the colors as well look absolutely fantastic on the 12 Pro and the 12 Pro Max as well. I do like that new blue, but I will miss the Pacific blue. I have liked that on my 12 Pro Max that I have right now, and it's also available on the 12 Pro. So yeah, bit disappointing that's gone, but I think that's a new way now for Apple. They bring out one unique color every year now, like midnight green, Pacific blue, and this new blue now. So to answer Excess Austin Play's question, I have a question. Do you know when the MacBooks will be released? Well, that is a very good question. So based on not last year, COVID last year, this time last year, we only got the Apple Watch and some iPads. We didn't even get the iPhone 13s at the September event. There will be normally with MacBooks, they normally have an event kind of mid-October time, mid-late October, so late teens, early 20s sort of time. And normally what happens, it gets announced, the new MacBooks or new iMacs or something to do with Macs, as it were. And normally a few days later, you can pre-order it, and then a week later, you can get it. Based on this information, I believe we'll be able to get our hands basically on the brand new M1X MacBook Pros probably at the end of October, with the event happening in around about a month from now. And it'll probably be a Tuesday again. Like I said, Tuesday will be an event. 3 days later, you can pre order it. And then a week later after that, you can probably get the MacBook Pros in your hands. But again, it depends on, this year there's a lot of things that can change things, like COVID, for example. So, earlier this year, we had the March event, what was it, Spring Loaded, and we couldn't get our hands on that new iMac or the iPad Pro for like a month later, if you remember that. So you never know. It might actually, it might be a bit longer. It might go into November. But fingers crossed, if things are like back to normal, like what they're doing with the iPhones now, where, it was announced today, pre-order this Friday, and then coming out a week later, hopefully they'll do the same with the MacBooks as well. So let's move on then. So I'm going to take one or two questions, and then I'm going to basically talk to you guys about a few other things. So let's have a look at some questions here we have. It says here, when can we order the Pro Max, guys? It's like I just said, you should be able to pre-order it this Friday. But what I will say, guys, you will be able to pre-order it this Friday, but I'm making a video which should be coming out tomorrow or the day after. I'm hoping tomorrow. And basically, in that video, keep it quiet, I've got a secret way for you to reserve your iPhone the second that you can basically pre-order it. There's a special way that you can do it, and as long as you're there on the moment that it's available, as it were, to pre-order, then you can basically get it most likely on release date. But like I say, you're going to have to wait till tomorrow for that video. So if you're new here, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, because you'll want to see that video. So yeah, little secret I know, but I will share that with you tomorrow. What's other people saying here? No AirPods, dang. I'll be honest there, I'm quite shocked as well. Where were the AirPods? It's been 2.5 years. 2.5 years? It was March 2019 the AirPods 2 came out. In fact, I've got them here. Look, here's AirPods 2. Got them here. Came out in March 2019, and here we are 2.5 years later, and we still haven't got them. They have either got to come out in the October event, or it's shocking to hear they'll come out next March, and that'll be 3 years. That would be absolutely unbelievable for that. If it takes that long for them to come out, I'll be absolutely gobsmacked if it takes 3 years. So fingers crossed, they will come out then. Well, guys, the other thing I was going to quickly talk about very, very quickly before I take a few more of your questions was that if you're planning on getting yourself a brand new iPhone 13 or iPhone 13 Pro Max, one thing I'd recommend getting is a new case. Now, the cases that I use on my iPhones are actually these cases here. Now, funny enough, these are actually iPhone 13 and 13 Pro cases. I've actually got some here in my hands ready for them. The 13 and the 13 Pro are a little bit more thicker, so a 12 case won't actually fit them. And basically, these cases are made by Casetify, and Casetify are semi-sponsoring this video today, this live stream. And basically, these new cases are absolutely unbelievable. What makes them unbelievable? I'm going to put down that one at the moment because I've got two here, and I'm going to show you why these two are extra special. Is they have got two different variants of them. What you can see here, you've got the impact case and the ultra impact case. Now, the impact case here, if you buy one of these from Casetify, they can survive a drop from 6'6" high in the air onto the floor. That's absolutely unbelievable. And then the ultra impact one here, it's got these sort of bumpers that you can see here on the side, for example. These can survive a drop from 9'8". That's 3 meters tall. And the reason why they can do this, if I put this down, is because they're made out of a recycled material, and that's 65% recycled materials. And they also use plant-based materials as well inside these. And what makes them so special is that they use this technology called Chi-Tech 2.0. What makes them so strong and so durable. As you can see here, I'm trying to bend it and snap it. I can't. They're really, really super strong. What also makes them also special is that they're also got I can't say the word now, antimicrobial coating on them. So it protects them from 99% of bacteria. My iPhone 12 Pro Max has had a Casetify case on it from day one. And now when I take off my case, my phone is like brand new condition. So yeah, I'm going to be getting rid of my 12 Pro Max, and I'm going to be getting probably a 13 Pro Max instead. And yeah, I'm going to be getting another Casetify case. But what I was going to say to you guys is right now, the guys at Casetify are saying that if you use their actual link that I'm putting in here to you guys, let me just drop it in, you can get 15% off your actual Casetify case. And basically, right now, I believe Casetify did tell me that they're actually going to be putting up their brand new iPhone 13 cases right after this keynote. So fingers crossed, they should be there. But I would highly recommend getting one of their cases. I absolutely love them. They're awesome. But let's take on some more questions from you guys in the time being. Do the cases have kickstands? No, they don't. But I will say this: some of them do have MagSafe compatibility. Like here's another Casetify case I have here for an iPhone 12, and you can get kind of MagSafe compatibility cases. Let's see what other people are also saying here. The website says that iOS 15 will be available next Monday. Ooh, good point there. I forgot completely about that. iOS 15 didn't have an iPad OS didn't have a date of when it was going to be. So wow, yeah, next Monday. That's cool. That'll be in time for the iPhone 13 models to come out later on that week, and also for the new iPads as well. XS Austin Plays has said, I want to say sorry, we were hit with a hurricane last night, so I don't have power for a while for like half of the stream. Oh man, I'm really sorry to hear that. Yeah, a big shout out to everybody who's been affected by hurricanes and all this bad weather at the moment at this time of year. It's really, really disappointing with that. The great thing is, it's going to say Access Austin Place is that you'll be able to find the stream online. Apple always upload it straight after, and you can rewatch anything that you've missed out. And that's to anybody else out there. You can rewatch the stream. Also, with this kind of video that I'm doing here, it will also be uploaded within the next couple of hours, so you can watch that as well. It says, another question we've got here is, when will pre-orders start? I haven't looked yet because I'm still doing this video, but I'm sure it's probably going to be probably something like 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. Pacific time. So Eastern American sort of time, so whatever that is equivalent around the world. But go onto Apple's website. I'm sure they will tell you when you can pre-order iPhones and Watch Series 7s and everything else on their website. Let's see what other questions that we have here. Do we have any more updates on the MacBook Pro 14-inch? I'm going to be making more videos for you guys about the MacBook Pro 14 and 16-inch up to the launch. So any new kind of, not my light over there, any more kind of events or any more kind of reports or leaks that come through, I'll be sharing that with you guys up until the actual launch. What else do we have here? Let's see any other questions that people are asking. Will there be tax on pre-order of the iPhone? If so, how much? I don't know, depending on different countries on that one. I wouldn't know. I guess it depends what your country does. But Apple don't normally put their devices on sale, apart from like student sales and things like that. And they've got the one on right now, so I don't think there's going to be any special discounts to pre-order yourself a brand new Apple Watch Series 7 or iPhone 13 right now. The only sort of discount I think we saw there was with the iPad 9th generation. If you're school or university and you want to pre-order, basically I think you got like a $30 discount, didn't you, to bring it down to $299. That was the only thing that was there. Talk about my other videos, guys, and for everybody who's been here today. I just wanted to say a massive thank you for everyone joining in on the stream. It's been absolutely fantastic for you guys to be here and join me with this. And one thing I'm doing right now on this channel is a giveaway, and it is for this. It is for an iPad Pro. And I'm going to be giving away this iPad Pro to one lucky subscriber when we get over 260,000 subscribers. I think we're at like 242, so there's only about 18,000 more to go. And when we hit over that amount, I'll be giving this out. It's an iPad Pro. This is a 12.9-inch model with 8 gigabytes of RAM, and also at the same time as well has 256 gigabytes of storage. So all I want to know from you guys is that in my comments of my videos and also in this chat, what Apple equipment or Apple tech are you planning to buy in 2021? Put it down in the chat, put it in my comments on my other videos, let me know. But at the same time as well, make sure you subscribe to this channel, hit that notification bell, because when we get over 260,000 subscribers, you'll want to know if you're the lucky person to get your hands on this. So yeah, just wanted to throw that in there. That's going to go to one lucky person. What other people are saying here? Let's have a look. Would you recommend buying the iPhone 12 or 13? Considering the price, I have the iPhone 10. I haven't looked at the price of the iPhone 12 at the moment. I have to look after the stream. But I would consider for the jump, remember from an iPhone 10 to an iPhone 12, you're jumping 3 generations. To the iPhone 13, you're jumping 4 generations. So the iPhone 13 will always be better. I would say personally, go for the iPhone 13 because it's got a better battery life. It has that brand new kind of shift sensor camera, which is really, really good as well. So yeah, I would definitely recommend that, and the cinematic video effect, I think it's awesome on that one. So yeah, iPhone 13, if you're on that kind of model, if you're on an iPhone 10 or lower, or I think I said from an iPhone 10R XS or XR sort of models, definitely get yourself, I'd say, an iPhone 13. If you've got yourself an iPhone 12 right now, I wouldn't bother. Personally, also, if you have an iPhone 12 Pro or 12 Pro Max and looking to get a 13, I wouldn't say it's worth it personally. I got to get one because you guys want to see a review about it. But if I was taking off my YouTube hat here for a second and I've got my 12 Pro Max, I probably wouldn't upgrade personally. I know it's got 120 hertz. I know it's got this cinematic thing, but it's still a great phone. It's not worth everybody upgrading your phone every year. Like I said, YouTubers like me and reviewers, we have to do it because otherwise it'd be a bit boring if we only showed you new phones every 2 or 3 years, wouldn't it? So based on that, yeah, I've got to do it. But it does look like a great, great phone, and am a big fan of looking at the 13, and I'm going to do a comparison as well of a iPhone 12 versus a 13 versus a 13 Pro versus a 12 Pro, and also a 12 Pro Max versus a 13 Pro Max. So keep an eye out for those videos on my channel. Let's see what other people are saying here. Disappointed with the old design. Oh, what do you mean by that? Do you mean with the iPhone 12 or the Apple Watch 7? With the Apple Watch 7, completely agree with you there. Hasn't been upgraded. The iPhone 12 design, what was the original design, we've got to give it a chance, guys. Normally, Apple now change their designs of their iPhones kind of every sort of 3 years or so. With the iPhone 6 design, actually, that lasted 4 years. We had the 6, 6S, 7, and 8. But we also got the 10 with that brand new design at the time. And the same thing with that. We had the 10, 10S, and the 11 was all the same design. Same with the iPhone 12 here. iPhone 12, iPhone 13, iPhone 14 is most likely going to be the same design as well. But then the iPhone 15, I would predict, will be the brand new design all over again. What's somebody else saying here? The AirPods free. Like I said, I was very, very disappointed. I said this a minute ago. I'm very disappointed we didn't see any new AirPods free. It's been 2.5 years now, over that time. Crazy we haven't got them. They've got to come soon. They've got to come in the October event. If they don't come in the October event, I will be really, really, really mad about it. So yeah, it's got to come. It's got to come. What's else? Someone saying here. It feels to me that they repeated a lot of stuff between the iPhone 13 and the 13 Pro. Yeah, I would actually have to agree with you there. I actually noticed they did the same thing with WWDC when they talked about iOS 15, and then they started talking about iPad OS 15. They started going, oh yeah, you can do the same things what you can see in iOS 15 here with iPad OS 15. There wasn't much changes, was there? So yeah, like that cinematic camera, larger batteries, and other bits and pieces. Yeah, it's a lot of shared things, but you've got to remember a lot of the components are shared. Chipsets are shared. Some of the camera bits and pieces are shared. The overall feel of an iPhone is shared. So yeah, they do repeat that you're getting the same features in both of the phones. Let's take a couple more questions here, guys, and then I'm going to probably have to sign off. So let's see what other people will say. Will the iPhone 13 have an always-on display? From the looks of it, it's a no, and it's disappointing that we didn't get that. But at the same time as well, I think Apple are taking each day as it comes. That's the best way to describe it. We've just put 120 hertz on our iPhones. Okay, we can bring down the refresh rate down to 10 hertz on an iPhone Pro and Pro Max. Maybe next year they can actually do it. Maybe with iOS 16, they might bring it to that. It might not even just be exclusive to the iPhone 14. It might be just in the software. It's quite easy to switch on now, especially if the refresh rate goes down to 10 hertz. So I think they're wanting to see how good their new batteries are. Because you have always on display. Yes, it's only a tiny drain on the battery, but all of us complain to say that, like the iPhone 12 Pro Max has got about an hour's battery shorter life than the 11 Pro Max. Could you imagine if it being always on display and it brings down the kind of battery life on a 13 Pro or Pro Max? You can imagine it would disappoint people. So I think Apple are testing the water here. 120 hertz first, always on display, maybe a bit later on in the future with the iPhone 14. Obviously, Android did it completely the other way around. They were always on display, and then they started doing the refresh rate changes. But that would be my belief what Apple are doing there. Do I know the exact date release of the iPhone 13 models? Yes, I do. It's September 24th. As I've said already, guys, you can pre-order it this Friday. I'm making a special video about that tomorrow with some special little top secret tips. And then you'll be able to get the iPhone 13 in your hand from Friday, September 24th. Is there a date for the October event? There isn't yet, but I'm sure probably a week or two into October, there probably will be. I predict, remember, this is my own opinion, and I could be wrong, I will say that, but based on Apple's history, I reckon the date of the actual October event, if I just get my calendar up, will probably be on either Tuesday, the 12th of October, or Tuesday, the 19th of October. But that is my guess, all right? That's not what I'm saying it's going to be, but based on history of the past, when Apple normally do an event for Macs, it's normally around kind of mid-October sort of time, and it's always a Tuesday, I will tell you that. So those are the two kind of best dates for that. Let's take two more questions, guys, and then I'm going to wrap it up today. Any chance for reverse wireless charging other than Apple MagSafe Power Bank? I don't think there is. It's a shame. It would be nice to see, but again, I think that goes back to that whole thing of Apple testing the water here. We put bigger batteries in. We've got 120 hertz. We can't be saying share our batteries out to other users or other people reverse charging until they know how good their batteries are, until they know how good 120 hertz refresh rate is. Maybe they will next year. And like you said, MagSafe with the MagSafe Power Bank can do that. So we know they can do it. Apple can do that. I'm surprised also that someone hasn't done a jailbreak option to do it either, to be honest. I bet they have actually. Well, someone's about to do probably a jailbreak option with that. But I wouldn't recommend jailbreaking your iPhone. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see probably next year. Like I said, I think they're just testing the water. Let's take one more question and I'll just do a quick wrap up. Are we serious? What's it saying here? Um, when will Apple say goodbye to Lightning? That's a good question. So yeah, the new iPhones have got Lightning again. So this is now what, the 10th year for Lightning or something like that? No, not 10th year. Ninth or 8th year, something like that. Ever since we went from the 30 pin. Can't remember. It's been a long time. I don't think they'll change it, and I don't think they are going to change it anytime soon. The main reason is so many accessories for your iPhone use Lightning. At the end of the day, when you get yourself like let's say you set a brand new MacBook or things like this, you're changing the core component that you plug like your phone into. If you've got yourself like a car what has like Lightning port compatibility, or you can plug a Lightning cable into it, and then they changed it to USB-C, and they had to reprogram that USB-C cable to work with their phones with the car. It's a whole different ball game. And so I think Apple have got so many accessories out there for the iPhone that use Lightning that they don't want to upset their accessory makers. When they did the change from 30 pin to Lightning, I think they did it at the right time. The main reason is because iPhone was booming, it was getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. The 30 pin was slow. The 30 pin came out in 2001 with the original the second, no, 2002 with the second generation iPod. The first one had Firewire. And they had to kind of do an upgrade. And I believe, Apple wasn't as, it was big, but it wasn't as nowhere as big as it is now. And I believe if they did such a big change with their accessories from changing Lightning to USB-C and getting devices to work with that, would be a more of a struggle, I think. Because at the end of the day, Android has an API, has like a driver thing inside it to make it communicate over USB-C and say, I'm an Android device, this is how I work. And then that device says, oh, you're Android, this is what you do. If you plugged a USB-C iPhone into that, it'll go, are you Android or not? And it'd get confused, older devices. So this is what I'm talking about. It'd get very, very confused with that. So I don't think it's going to happen. Um, let's wrap this up then, guys. So I want to say, first of all, a massive thank you for everybody joining this event today, for watching it with me. It's been really, really fun. I really, really enjoyed having you guys throwing questions, talking, have a bit of a giggle about things. So yeah, I'm really, really happy. I'm really glad that you guys came along. In summary, what we saw today, we saw some updates to the new Apple TV Plus. There's some brand new shows coming along this fall. Fall if you're American. If you're British like me, we call it autumn. So some brand new shows coming up, with some starting even in September. Then we had the brand new iPad 9th generation with that A13 chipset and that new center stage 12 megapixel camera and 12 megapixel camera on the rear. And it starts at 64 gigabytes, and it's still the same price of $329 US, what is absolutely awesome. The iPad Mini 6, awesome as well. So glad it's got that brand new design. It just looks like a mini iPad Air. That's essentially what it is. It's a mini iPad Air, and it looks absolutely incredible. And I'm glad it's got the Touch ID, and I'm glad the screen's got slightly bigger to 8.3 inches. So that looks absolutely awesome. I did like that brand new iPad Mini. The Watch Series 7 was good as a whole. It did not get the design updates like John Prosser banged on about, and Min-Chi Kuo also said that they was going to get brand new kind of flatter designs like an iPhone 12 or iPhone 13. Bit disappointing there, but it does have a stronger body now, a stronger screen, and also the screen size is slightly bigger. And I'm sure it's also got upgraded chipsets and bits and pieces inside it as well. So yeah, it's still a good watch, but I think we were hoping for much more in the watch, especially in the design. After that, we also got the new Apple Fitness Plus, where you can do much more kind of abilities, working in groups, and there's some more new routines. And then finally, what we also had, we had the iPhone 13 and the 13 Pro, or what was the stars of the show. So the iPhone 13, great cinematic camera ability. It's got the camera shift as well in its main primary sensor, bigger battery as well, some great new colors. So yeah, it looks like a fantastic new baseline phone than the iPhone 13 mini. I think they only sell about probably 10 iPhone 13 minis in the world. Don't really sell many of them. But then the iPhone 13 Pro and the Pro Max, wow, bigger batteries as well. 120 hertz display at last. We've been waiting for that. Some great new camera abilities, lots of low light camera abilities as well in all the lenses, cinematic approach as well. That ProRes video format is also coming. So, yeah, it was kind of like I said right at the beginning, at the end of the stream, I said it was a yo-yo show. There were lots of pros. There were lots of things that were a bit disappointing as well, in my opinion, like the Apple Watch Series 7. I'm a bit disappointed with that. But overall, yeah, it was quite a good show. And I think the iPhone 13 Pro models stole the show in it. Well, guys, it's time to wrap up this video. So thank you again for watching this. And like I said, guys, if you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews, and comparisons, and I'm going to be doing a lot of those reviews and comparisons coming up with all the new Apple gear, make sure you subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell. And I'll see you guys really, really soon. Take care now and keep yourself safe. Bye bye.